Part of our, let's say, conference, I will provide you the, I would say, technological perspective on what's going in the area of AI and how the, let's say, economic power is stemming from AI technology. So I'm going to cover three main points. Yeah, first is, let's say, to summarize current AI from the technical and market perspective. It's challenging because it's changing every day and it's very complex area. We will, let's say, provide the perspective. It's just beginning of the transformative period because the ultimate goal is general purpose AI or AGI, and based on the declaration from Google, OpenAI, or China, the variation, whether it's in 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, usually depends on the definition of AGI. Yeah? We will definitely face the RSC AGI challenge, the problem with abstraction and reasoning. The Turing test was passed so many times by machines that his updates, its updates of the test is probably not leading to solution. It means that this benchmark, RCA benchmark, that are the task where the humans are good at, is probably new metrics how to measure how far we are from AGI. And the geopolitical impact of AI, it seems to be important. Like it's currently the space race for the new superpower, similar to the nuclear bomb, and this superpower is called, I would say, general purpose AI, not AGI, but general purpose AI, because for us it's important to produce the economical benefits, yeah? Not to, let's say, solve the tests or to overcome human in the areas where it does not make business sense. At least it's a perspective of technological brothers from United States. Talking about the, let's say, current state, we start with traditional machine learning, supervised, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning, the label data, the regression functions, decision trees, naive bias, how to, let's say, differentiate between on images dog or cat. You need to have tons of data, the label data, and based on that you can produce the classification engine that is able to recognize image, for example, or to produce some predictive analytics. Unstructured data, where you are searching for some hidden structure for dimensional reduction, anomalies detections, like the clustering methods, principal component analysis, hierarchical clustering, and such type of the methods, where you do not give the rules to the machine, but they, let's say, create the patterns, the intelligence by themselves. You usually probably have the issue to control it because it's, I would say, lion intelligence, not artificial, meaning different intelligence from the humans. The neural network can act in supervised and unsupervised learning as well. Reinforcement learning from either human feedback or even AI feedback, that's the current trend, because to, let's say, provide the human in the loop during the training procedure, it's extremely slow and costly. So the current methods how to improve AI are mainly taking into account the feedback from another AI agent. Yeah? We went a long way from standard natural language processing to the large language models and to the current transformers. I would say that the large language models can be used for the multimodal and multi-agent solutions, but it's probably not the way to the AGI. Yeah? If some Altman feels that they are close to that, it means that it's probably a combination of many models. Some call it like the Socratic models, symbolic models. Yeah. So definitely some of the key takeaways that AI is not LLM, yeah, from today. Yeah. Here is example how, let's say, the foundation model, like the large language model that we have here on right, can, let's say, be extended to solve some, let's say, business task, like the bank assistant, the AI chatbot that could replace the real human. But currently, is AI used mainly by marketing people and students, yeah? Meaning that they are generating text, diploma, thesis. They are, I would say, spreading the synthetic or artificial content that nobody is willing to read anymore, but it's far away from the business solution, yeah? And if we talk about business solution, we talk about the performance, yeah? Because AI that is performing from 80%, that AI is from 80% right, is not the AI that you are going to deploy in your company. Yeah? It can maybe work as the AI assistant, augmenting your skills, but definitely you need you need some other layers, like the vector databases, knowledge graph, to organize the data. That, for example, if the client of the bank is asking how can I get a credit card, and is asking this system, first, what you need to do, because the clients can ask in a different way, yeah? So you produce something that is called like the multi-query, so different variants of the question. You try to identify the purpose, yeah, of the client, yeah? No matter whether there is grammatical mistakes or the formulation is a little bit strange. So alternative would be of the question, what are the steps to apply for a credit card? Where can I find information on obtaining a credit card? What do I need to do to get approved for a credit card? The vector databases means that the lot of the internal documents from the bank, for example, Wachovia Bank, is, let's say, their internal directives and product sheets and description, or the web pages. The text are, let's say, stored via the embedding function into the snippets of the text into the vector space, and then you can apply the semantic search, meaning the combination or variation of different questions will find you the specific text that is addressing the question of the client, that can be far away from the general question that you ask the ChatGPT. Yeah? ChatGPT is probably not the way of the detailed condition of bank at Wachovia, because Wachovia will never release the internal data to the internet. Yeah? And the knowledge graph, it's another mean how to improve the performance, meaning that you organize the data in terms of entities, relations, and entity could be, for example, credit card, and a relation would be request, yeah? Or apply for. Yeah? So when you put this contextual data, it means enriched prompt, into the large language model that can be even equipped with this industry-specific adapter that is neural network trained via the parameter efficient fine-tuning, that does not need to change the whole foundation model, but just the in front placed neural net. Then you can get the answer that you are looking for. Just a note. It means the large language model can be called several times. And the answer, definite answer will be, to obtain a credit card, you must be existing client. Your turnover must be, for example, bigger than 100K per month. And for more information, see our web at this specific page. It means that with this enriching or equipment of the foundation model, you can adopt the AI architecture to the way that you will move from the 80% relevance or performance to the 95%, and only if you are so close to this performance, it can solve your problem in real business, and then you can ask whether you need so many human branch assistants, or whether you need just the 10% of them. I do not say that's a good idea to fire everybody. I'm just saying that's a long way from student work or marketing work to generate the text that nobody is willing to read, at least me as the PhD, let's say, overseeing the bachelor thesis, that half of them is generated. Yeah? So the really business need the business benefits. Yeah? If we, let's say, talk about the functional units, I mean industries, like the industries where a lot of the data is, meaning the technology companies, media, telecom, retail, financial services, healthcare. So they are the industry where a lot of data, the adoption is they are the early adopters, and the functional units like the marketing and sales, product, service development, and IT. They are the early adopters of this advanced AI. Currently is mainly AI used in marketing, and we all need to read it. It's great beginning. I mean, the business case with some visible benefits, for sure. Definitely performance is the challenge. And we are moving step by step in each industry, but the movement in real implementation, like API, front-end, back-end, integration, Active Directory, all the system that needs to be interconnected to work it, it's not so... every day you can see breaking news in internet or whatever, what was at certain university or laboratory, let's say, developed. It's fine. It's definitely competitive advantage to have such a skills, but the area of the media and marketing and the area of the real industries, it's something different, but definitely promising. When we speak about AI service, we can talk about AI assistance, meaning augmenting the skill of the humans. We can talk about autonomous AI or hybrid or cooperative system combining the human and the machine. That seems to be the most powerful combination. When we talk about the AI agent that is able to act by itself, maybe even to replace the human, we usually use the Markov scheme. The first level of the agent is the simple reflex AI agent, meaning that if you want to deploy AI agent into the real business, you need to connect it with the environment via some sensors. Not typical situation is that everything that in your company you do with your colleagues, that you prompt them via the text, via the command line. If you want to put AI agent into the real life, into real environment, it needs to have some sensors to, let's say, to perceive the reality, and then you can have some reflex agent with the simple logic, rules-based machine learning or whatever, something from machine learning, and it will react in the real world. What is probably more interesting is the learning agent, meaning that it has some internal critique. It has the learning element, meaning learning from experience, and is able to generate probably the variants of the solution and criticize it by themselves, prioritize. It's, by the way, how the humans are working. And if you have this multi-agent and multimodal AI, meaning that the agent can cooperate among themselves and are able not only work with text, but with many other inputs. Then you move from generative AI that we currently see, that it creates content such as text, images, code, it generates outputs based on training data. And the use cases we mentioned. If you move to the agentic AI, we automate decision-making and complex reasoning. And such an AI agent can execute the task based on understanding the context and based on understanding of goals. Meaning that AI is probably not owning something like the free will. You tell the AI what to do, and in best case, it will do it. Now the good discussion would be what is the AGI, this buzzword, and whether we need to differentiate it between the weak artificial intelligence, strong artificial intelligence, what is the super intelligence, and whether it makes sense to differentiate. The human thinking process, how the humans, let's say, define the problems, structure the problem, prioritize issue, develop issue analysis, conduct analysis, synthesize findings, and develop recommendation, is once the engine will be able to go through these steps of internal alternatives, critiques, variants, evaluation, then we will formulate the hypothesis, to validate the hypothesis. That's something that, let's say, is close to, let's say, how humans are, let's say, syncing. Yeah, and when we are close to that, then we are close something like the general purpose. I would say not AGI, general purpose, because then you have the AI agent that can solve many tasks in better performance than the humans. Yeah, and I would say not in all aspects that will be close to AGI or superintelligence, but the general purpose AI is probably something that the business is asking for. Yeah, and by the way, this affair with DeepSeek. Because you can say that the GPT-01 model with the reasoning function is close to this analysis, prioritize issues, and the affair with DeepSeek was that the China just released the model that was close to the performance of GPT-01, but they, let's say, shared the costs. I don't know whether they are the true costs. They were like few percent of the original OpenAI investment. Yeah? That's probably not good for the American technological companies, their shares or whatever, and even it's probably not good for us because it's open source, you can install it, but the Trojan horses that you can find or you will not find, but they are there. You cannot trust it. Yeah? We are back to the issue of trust, yeah? Because you can get the powerful tool for the just couple of investment that the big technology companies did, but can you trust it? By the way, there are a lot of AI governance issue already, yeah? Without general purpose AI, inaccuracy, cybersecurity, intellectual IPR, intellectual property, regulatory compliance, personal individual privacy, explainability, that's a huge trend, explainable AI, whether in a case that autonomous vehicles will hit some person, whether you can explain how did it happen, whether you can change it because the neural network does not work like if this then. Yeah? Workforce, labor displacement, political stability, environmental impact, for example, the data center and their consumption of energy. It's not coincidence that Sam Altman is investing in nuclear power plants. Yeah? He just needs the energy for his engines. Yeah? So, now back to something more real than superintelligence or AGI, because I have no clue. I hope nobody has clue when it will come. But this composite AI is probably very close. At least we at our, let's say, startup try to, let's say, keep pace on what is going on. When you have the AI agent for IT, HR, procurement, finance, customer service, sales marketing, and some more specific, when you are able to orchestrate them, even from the input side, meaning like from the omnichannel, when you integrate it into the company system, CRM, ERP, identity management, whatever, when you are able to have this composite AI, meaning the different AI agent may be working on different principles, not only LLM, and just only one interface to the users. Yeah, then you are close to this general purpose AI. Probably the orchestration layer is the key, and the performance still is the key. I want to share with you today the insight that there is a big gap between this, what is ongoing between the, I would say, citizen data scientists or the common users. I like this fake about this interviews, yeah, that really it's happened several times that somebody asked for online interview to get the job. Yeah, put, let's say, at the screen of the, let's say, Microsoft Teams or whatever, chat GPT from mobile phone, and was just repeating, yeah, the answers that were produced based on the question of the company. Just was reading from the GPT the answer. Yes, it's a good question, and now continue. And I want to say you. Yeah. So this, I would say, attempt to fake, to integrate AI into, let's say, the for business solution is far away from, I would say, the professional service. The professional service probably that wants to orchestrate some software agents, not robots, software agents, it's software, in, for example, customer service call centers, could probably look like that you have several software agents that can manage fully automated conversation, and then you have above them, you have the orchestration tool and some human agent, maybe one human agent for 10 robots, and each robot can manage, I don't know, 100 interviews. And this human agent will only step into the conversation with the end client when the interaction goes bad, meaning some offendings or misunderstanding, whatever. Yeah. So the savings you can imagine. Yeah. I still remember the story from the telco companies that when at the call center was like 800 people. Yeah, probably now 2 people can, let's say, orchestrate or supervise many software. The software agents do not need vacation, are not ill, yeah, are not saying that they are tired, yeah, can work 24/7. Yeah. I do not say that it's good or bad. Yeah, just I want to provide you the overview about the hybrid or cooperative AI, how it could look like to provide the professional service, and honestly, it's not how it could look like. That's already known that it will look like something like that. The only hard thing is to manage the performance of such a solution and to have enough technical skills to build it. Yeah? Economic power coming from AI. Now, there was some leakage from some Altman. How do they expect that once they get the general purpose AI that can replace the knowledge worker, try to imagine that you work in corporation and the average salary of this worker that's producing PowerPoint, Excel tables, analysis, papers, words, whatever, is, let's say, $3,000 per month, and OpenAI will offer you the agent that is better in all these job tasks than your human for $2,000. Will you take it or not? By the way, this software agent does not need vacation, yeah, is not ill, yeah, can work 24 times a month. If you cannot afford it, yeah, or if you do not want to do it, your competition will do it, yeah, and these was, let's say, I would say, indicative price expected from OpenAI once they reach this general purpose AI, and they said that they are confident that they will reach it within 12 months. Yeah? Some Altman post something about this. Here are the resources of the TechCrunch and so on. We will continue. Yeah? They expect that software developer agent, that is, I would say, highly skilled profession, the agent from OpenAI could be for $10,000 per month. It's not nonsense. Yeah, it's not nonsense. You can see it's very. By the way, now you pay $20 for ChatGPT Pro. Okay. Once there is a company that is able not only to generate the marketing text, but is able to replace your workers in better performance, it's not nonsense. And my pity that PhD level research agent designed for academic research, that's us, could be also replaced based on OpenAI expectation for this price. Yeah? These are the indicative price, but what they are showing is that once you win the race, meaning that you are first and probably the others are not able to, there's just a few companies that is probably able to reach this paramount, yeah? Meaning you don't have enough data, first of all, you don't have enough money. Yeah? Maybe you still remember that Donald Trump released $500 billion to, let's say, to support this initiative, the general purpose AI, yeah, and they are much more effective than European Union that also released a huge budget, but it will go to the railways, yeah, based on German priorities. So, who will benefit from the geopolitical view from this state of the art, from this general purpose AI? What the impact on GDP could be? Yeah? You can see that it's expected, it's from Pricewaterhouse, yeah, from this year. this graph. Like the 15% in plus 15% on GDP impact in North America. In let's say Europe, as usually, everything is here slower, bigger, smaller. About that 10%, the biggest potential is Asia, maybe because of the starting level. Yeah, it's year-over-year growth. So 26% expected in China. And in Africa, 5.6%. Yeah. So this impact on geopolitics. Summary. Yeah. New digital divide is here. Yeah. And this new digital divide is based not only on technology but mainly on skills and the benefits. Yeah. We are in the words of oligopolies. Yeah. And it seems that if you remember the Manhattan Project from Second World War, where the U.S. government has invested a lot of money into, let's say, building the nuclear bomb, yeah, I think this analogy is very close to what is ongoing right now. Yeah, and still they are now in the globally like the 6 or 7 countries that were able to develop the nuclear bomb, yeah, to repeat it, what the United States did, yeah, and it's already 75 years ago, okay? So it's really, we are speaking not about the new ChatGPT version 5, yeah? We are speaking about something different where the ultimate ambition is. We are in business and technology wars, definitely, for last many years. I would say 10 and more. The real war in Ukraine is motivated, in my perspective, by greedy for superpowers. Even Vladimir Putin speaks about that it's about, let's say, Russia, China, United States, maybe India, that will, let's say, deal among them, and they don't need the others. Yeah? I don't want to be in colony, yeah, but if they have the weapons, the technology differentiator, and we have no ability to build such a weapon, and even from economical point of view, it makes sense to, let's say, buy their software agent because they are cheaper, whatever, than our humans, and better than. We are in transformer period, yeah. I do not have the crystal ball. I just want to share my point of view from the perspective of AI startup and university research that is focused on this area. And definitely, and it's fair to declare it's also only my opinion, that intellect is not our differentiator anymore. Yeah, it's probably human body and our emotions. Yeah, when I talk about, let's say, that to integrate the AGI into the environment, it's very tough business, and the performance is business. Still, my body has many sensors. Yeah, not only eyes and ears. Yeah, like the natural language processing tasks are. Yeah, still I can feel whether you like me or you don't like it. I do not know how many signals I have, let's say, used to conclude such decisions. But definitely the combination of our body, emotion and feelings is something that is very tough to mimic. Yeah, and that's the final. The AI is definitely game changer in many fields. Yeah, not only geopolitics, but good question is probably what is our priority? Whether is it power, and we can see that now is it power from geopolitics or well-being. Yeah? It's close to the democracy topic, but yeah, there are few resources. I have used many, but these I like because they are, let's say, producing something that is remarkable to notice. And that's all from me. Yeah, that's all. Are there any questions? Okay.
If you believe it will happen in 12 months.
I think that definitely the OpenAI will introduce something that will have the ambition. Whether it will be good enough to replace let's say, but I don't care whether it's in 12 or 18 months. I'm sure it will be within my working life. Yeah, within my career. And based on the technology experience we have, it's doable. It's doable.
Okay, thank you. So if I'm talking to AI, directly connecting to the person who is placed, like who's managing the conflict, right?
Yeah, it's probably good to differentiate between whether it's inbound or outbound call. If it's inbound, when you have some technical troubles with your computer, with your service, and the agent is able to solve the problem solving is done. Meaning that I have broken my computer, can you help me what to do? Yes, write into the command line this and this. Does it help? Yes, great, thank you. So it's completely different than the outbound, when somebody is pretending that he is a human and is trying to sell you something, and once you discover it's not human but it's machine, you are upset. Yeah? But if it's outbound and if it's problem solving task, I do not care. Thank you. Any other question? So we will hand over to Tom.